Ayan. Sige. So let's try to start our session for tonight, no? Stock request tayo ngayon. And with that, tanggalin ko lang muna to. Okay, so quick disclaimer lang guys, no? If you find this please take everything that we talk about here with a grain of salt. Okay? Um, Eto, we are just sharing information here. Kung paano ko siya iti-trade, yun yung gagawin natin or at least yun yung i-share ko. Okay? And hindi tayo nagbibigay ng recommendations. Okay? Always remember, everything that you put in, kung mag-buy ka, mag-sell ka, it's still on you. Okay? Ikaw pa rin yung pipindot ng buy or sell button. So please think before you click. Okay? And also guys, no, if you find this type of session na nakakatulong, it's helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. And syempre, please do share the stream. Mas marami tayong matutulungan kapag mas maraming nakakita sa ating stream. Ayan. So maraming salamat. With that, let me try to start with... Ayan, sabi ni Gloria SCC. Expand ko lang yung natin ha. Ayan. So, let's try to start with SCC. Okay, so recently we are seeing a decline, short decline kay SCC as we approach the X-date. Normal po ito ha, normal ito sa mga stock na mataas magbigay ng dividend, especially that there is an announcement about their dividends. Okay? So, kung halimbawa meron akong hawak na SEC and I wanted to be eligible for the dividend, then I have to hold it until Friday. Okay? Kung kahit ibenta mo siya on Friday, okay lang, eligible ka pa din eh. Pero kung halimbawang gusto mo lang na makapag-take profit na, even before that, you may still do so. Especially kung maganda naman yung average price mo. Ika nga. Okay? So, ayan. Sa ngayon, although we are looking at technical side of SEC, pero I think mas mananaig pa rin dito yung catalyst niya, which is the dividend. No? So again, depende kasi yan kung ano yung gusto mong gawin eh. Diba? Kung short-term trader ka, then please sell it dapat kanina or probably tomorrow. Okay? Pero kung halimbawang long-term ka naman and you wanted to get the dividend, then hayaan mo lang, no? Hold lang siya. Ika nga. Okay? So yun lang, no? At least for the meantime kay SCC. Sabi ni Aliyah, TEL. Okay? So let's look at TEL. Yan. Order lang ako. Medyo nagutom na. So ayan, as we can see here, si TEL ang ganda ng rebound from 1,100 pesos. As we can see here, after niyang umabot doon sa price point na yon, nag-rebound na siya. No? And now it's trading at magkano? 1,226. Okay? So saan yung mga pwedeng resistances, no, ni TEL? Let's try to find out. And gagamitin ko diyan is itong FIBO. Tingnan natin kung saan siya valid muna. Is this one valid? Yeah, pwede. Pero meron pa kasing mas mataas. Tingnan natin kung okay pa rin ba siya. Yeah. I think this one is mas obvious, no? So I'll be using that instead. Ayan. Using FIBO, as we can see here, nasa 1,222 yung support level na niya dahil umangat na siya doon. Kung meron akong hawak na TEL, I'll hold. No? Mag-hold lang muna ako. And then, I'll wait kung ano yung mangyayari. My cut loss level will be 1,220. Kung wala naman akong hawak na TEL, anong gagawin ko at this time? Medyo tricky siya kasi although nasa support level, yung resistance ko kasi or yung initial target price ko is masyado nang maliit. Nasa 1,300. Excuse me. Okay. So kung ngayon pala ako bibili ng TEL, probably not at this time. No? I'll just wait for the stock na medyo mag-drop pa, no? Although hindi natin alam if that will happen or not. Pero yun, that will be my take. Joms K Infra. Yan. Si Infra kasi isa lang naman yung project na nakikita ko dito sa kanya, yung sa Makati Subway. Ang problema natin with that Subway project mukhang kinancel na nila, 'di ba? Ayaw nilang i-deal yung issue between Taguig and Taguig and Makati, naiipit sila do'n. Kaya umaayaw sila, 'no? And I think that's the reason why we saw the recent decline kay Infra na umabot pa nga siya ng 0.420. Ito, nasa baba. Although after that, we have seen a good rebound naman sa kanya. Okay? The stock is still on a downtrend ha. Long mid to long term downtrend. There's a short term uptrend dito sa part na to. Yun nga lang because of the very low traded value niya, hindi ko pagkakatiwalaan yung yung recent rally, no? So yung kasi yung kumbaga major issue sa akin, yung traded value, sobrang liit kasi niya. Okay? But nevertheless, if meron akong hawak na infra at least at this time, I'll look for opportunity to sell. Ibig sabihin, kapag nagka-positive siya, nagiging green, I'll try to sell it. And then kung wala naman akong hawak na infra, I'll stay away. Okay? Sabi ni Phil, CNPF. CNPF. Ayan. Oh, nice. Yun nga lang medyo ano siya, no? Teka ha, silipin natin. Tanggalin ko muna tong mga ibang drawings from before. Okay. So si CNPF is now above 29.30 or above 29.30 and now about to retest si 30 pesos, which is a good resistance para dun sa stock. Tama ba? Ito yung medyo nawawala na ako if ito yung natanggal ba sa PSE or ito yung nakabalik ng PSE. Ah, a lot of information na nangyayari sa isip ko. But regardless, no? Regardless, what I do like here is yung recent traded value niya, which is umaangat talaga ng husto. Kung meron akong hawak na CNPF at this time, I'll hold. No? I'll hold. I'll set my cut loss at 29 pesos. While kung wala naman akong hawak na CNPF, given na malapit na siya dun sa initial resistance niya at 31, tama, di ba? 31 pesos dito. I'd rather wait. So hihintayin ko na lang na mag-breakout siya doon sa 31 pesos. Ito. Ayan. So hintayin ko na lang na mag-breakout siya dito and then probably doon ako magba-buy, no? So basically it means buying on breakout. Ayan. Sabi ni Marlon, nabaliktad ang first name. Let's go with FCG. Yan guys, so isa-isa lang yung pwede kong i-ano muna ha, para marami tayong mapagbigyan for tonight. So ayun, si FCG wala alanganin ako dito kasi untog talaga siya dun sa 0.76. Yan. Ito yung price point na to, 0.76, na untog talaga siya. Actually, ilang beses na. Kung mapapansin natin, di ba? Ever since here, nung support pa lang siya, way back noong April to May, no? Kita natin how strong this price point is. And then eventually, nung nag-drop nga siya noong May, no, below that 76, halos hirap na talaga siyang makabalik above that. No? Twice lang na nangyari na nakaangat siya, which is eto at saka eto. Pero right after na maka-breakout siya sa 0.76, kita nyo naman hinatak ulit siya ng mga sellers pababa. No? Which tells us that 0.76 is a very strong resistance para kay FCG. Kung meron akong hawak na stock na to, I look for opportunity to sell. No? So maghanap ako or maghihintay ako ng green na candlestick and then magbebenta ako doon sa green na yon. While kung wala akong hawak na FCG, siguro for now wala muna akong gagawin or I'll try to stay away. No? Next support level ko kasi nasa 0.60 na eh. Okay? So medyo may kababaan na yung part na yun. Ideally, what I would like to see is breakout here. No? Ma-break niya yung 0.76 and magstay siya above 0.76 ng mga, let's say, 2 to 3 days or 2 to 5 days. no? Para lang ma-gauge lang natin if yung 0.76 magiging support na siya, no? Sabi ni Phil Meralco, si Meralco naman, uy, breakout, nice, nice, nice breakout for Meralco at 380. Up siya ng 2.26% kanina. Nice. Ayun. So again, no, yung mga pinag-usapan natin before buying on breakout, ayun, this is a good candidate here, si Mer. Okay? Medyo heavy cut lang talaga to kaya mabagal yung galaw, but then again, if there's a good play that can be made, then ayun. Okay? Now, despite having a breakout play dito kay Mer, wag pa rin natin kakalimutan that the market can still play on you. Kaya uh, ingatan pa rin, no, si 380. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng ingat pa din? Kasi syempre even if a breakout na ito, hindi pa rin natin alam if ano yung gagawin niya the next day. Kung halimbawang mag-drop siya below pa rin ng 380, then ano na yun, ito yung tinatawag nating fake breakout, no? Or fake out, ika nga. So, initial, tapos biglang idadrop ka niya. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na anong gagawin ko? I'll hold. No? I'll hold. Pero the moment na mag-drop siya below 380, take profit na ako, matic yun. Okay? Kung wala akong hawak na ganito naman. Breakout play kanina, kung hindi, then okay lang. Kung halimbawa magkaroon siya ng pullback, no? Yung pullback niyan should be still above 380. Okay? Kailangan above 380 pa rin yung pullback. Yun yung healthy pullback. Kasi kapag nag-drop yan ng below 380, again, tawag doon, fake out. And we don't want that, no? So, pullback lang, no? Above 380, and then wait for the next day para lang ma-confirm na mag-bounce siya. On the bounce, yun na yung pwedeng another opportunity for Mera. Carlo, for dito. Itong kay dito, ito yung madalas na napag-uusapan ngayon dahil I know very hyped, no? Very hyped yung stock na to. Which is delikado in a sense, no? Dahil marami yung nakatutok na mata sa kanya. And mas marami nakatutok na mata, that means the volume would be better, no? Pero yung whipsaw na tinatawag, yung biglaang drop is also possible. Okay? Para sa mga ganitong klase ng stock. Kung meron akong hawak na dito, anong gagawin ko? I'll hold. Okay? Pero yung 3.6, yun yung gagawin kong cut loss point. Ibig sabihin again, kapag nag-drop sa 3.6, take profit. Matic. Okay? Kung wala naman akong hawak na dito, anong gagawin ko? I think 3.6 is now beginning to be a support. So siguro I can do test buy at this point kasi yung next resistance ko sa kanya is nasa 4 something 450, no? 440 hanggang 450. And I think medyo malaki pa naman yata yung upside. Meron pa naman, 'di ba? Sana. Ayun, okay din kasi above 15% upside 'di ba? So again, test buy, okay na rin 'yon, no? Yun nga lang, even on test buy, kailangan always parate na meron tayong cut loss level, no? And for me, my cut loss level will still be 3.6 even on a test buy. Sabi ni Caressa, APX. Si APX, si Apex, okay. So rebound from 2.3. Okay, teka ha. Tingnan natin 'to. Linisin ko lang saglit. Okay, medyo may kalayuan pa naman. Yeah. Okay. So, ang range ko kasi kay APX is between 2.3 hanggang 3.2. Medyo may kalakihan 'yun, but then right now it is trading at magkano siya, 2.65, no? Now, kung meron akong hawak na APX, I'll hold. Okay? I'll set my cut loss price at 2.5. Okay? Kung wala akong hawak na APX, anong gagawin ko? Tingnan natin kung kumusta pa yung upside. Okay pa din naman. Pero even before that kasi may mga series of highs ka na dito eh. And yung mga series of highs na yon, that can give you a minor resistance, no? So despite the fact na maganda pa rin naman yung upside niya, let's still, no, take this into consideration. Yung 2.8 at saka 3 pesos or 3.05. Okay? Sabi ni Jane, I'll take ABA. For Abacor Holdings, okay, let me move this one dahil mukhang hindi na siya relevant until here. Okay, so around piso, no? Or probably 110. Okay. The stock is mid to long-term downtrend while it is on consolidation naman on the short term. Tama ba? Ito yung si ABA, di ba? Abacor. Kanina up siya ng around 5%, probably potential bottom fishing strategy ito, no? Unless merong good news. Hindi ko sinusundan kasi si ABA, so I don't know exactly if there is. Okay, but at least for this one, what I am thinking is bottom fishing strategy yung ginagawa. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na ABA, anong gagawin ko? I'll hold. Okay? I'll set my cut loss at probably at 105, 105. Kung wala naman akong hawak na ABA, ano gagawin ko? This one kasi, yung next potential resistance ko dito will be here. No? 1.37 hanggang 1.4, which is still good, no? Kung titingnan natin. Around 20% pa rin naman yung potential upside. Yun nga lang ang gusto kong ano dito is sana merong catalyst. Sana merong catalyst to support yung pag-bounce niya, no? So yun yung iniisip ko. Probably with Abacor kasi tama ba gold ang isa sa products nito or something else? Hindi, holding pala to, holding company. So baka ibang stock yun nasa isip ko. Ayun, nevertheless, yun yung pwede kong gawin, no? Rodolfo Monde. Ayan. Etong si Monde naman, ganun din, no? Range ko sa kanya is between 6 pesos hanggang 11. And kanina, nasa 8 pesos na siya, 8.80. Actually, maganda yung naging rally point ni Monde kanina, no? After a recent decline, ngayon mukhang nagrarally ulit siya. So, I hope na magtuloy-tuloy kasi generally, the stock is still on a sideways move or consolidation, ika nga. So, mas maganda makita natin na magtuloy-tuloy sana yung movement nito. Kung meron akong hawak na Monde at this time, I'll hold. I'll set my cut loss at 8 pesos. Okay? Kung wala naman akong hawak na Monde, anong gagawin ko? I'll wait. Okay? I'll wait for the stock to drop hanggang 750. Okay? Or kung kaya man niyang mag-breakout dito, that's better. No? Ilan ang upside nito ngayon? Tingnan natin ha. Okay, medyo okay pa rin naman pala, no? 26%. Pero meron pa kasi isa pang resistance dito eh, ito. Yung 9 pesos. Yeah. 9 pesos is still a good resistance. So probably I'll wait for the stock na mag-break out. Kung wala akong hawak, no, I'll wait for the 9 peso na ma-break niya muna. And then probably doon ako bibili. Yan. Sabi ni Gina, ano po kayang broker na gagamitin ko for investing sa stocks nabibili ko at hindi CFD? Unfortunately kasi hindi, kung gusto mo ng specific na stock, no, US stock to be precise, wala eh. Kasi kailangan mo ng physical address and bank account from the US para makapag-open ka ng account. no? Similar dito sa Philippines. Kung foreigner ka, hindi ka basta-basta makakabili, no? Unless meron kang kakilala na may bank account dito or physical address na magki-create ng account, no? Pero sa kanila nakapangalan. So kumbaga makikibangka ka lang. Yun. The closest that I could think would be ayun nga, through CFD or yung mga dollar accounts, no, dollar accounts. You can find that either mutual fund or sa mga bangko. Yun. I think some of the banks offer mga US denominated funds. So yun. I think that's the closest that you can do if you are here, ha, kung nasa Pinas ka. Okay. Let me check. Sorry, it's already 9:10 kasi. So, last two na lang muna ako siguro for now. Let me check. Sabi ni Vic, Converge. Sige natin. Ayan, okay. With Converge, lakihan ko lang ng konti, ha. There you go. So, 9.96 or 10 pesos is quite strong for Converge. And kanina yun nga lang nag-drop talaga siya, no, to 9.98. Pero I think 10 pesos is still a valid psychological price point for Converge. So kung halimbawa meron akong hawak na Converge at this time, I'll hold, no? Pero kung wala, I'll wait. No, I'll wait. Siguro, 2 more days. Gusto ko lang talaga makita na magstay siya above 10 pesos. Pero kapag hindi niya kinaya yung 10 pesos, yeah, wag na muna kung ganun. Okay, kasi alanganin na eh. 'Di ba? Okay. And then, sige, last na lang to. Sabi ni Shorky Wilcon. Si Wilcon is on a consolidation. So, sideways move ito on the short term. Pero, yung long to mid niya is downtrend. Okay? So, para lang medyo clear doon tayo sa part na yon. Ang hope ko sa kanya is magtuloy-tuloy, at least for now, yung consolidation phase nito. Kung meron akong hawak na Wilcon, anong gagawin ko? At this point, I'll hold 21.65 yung gagawin kong support level or cut loss point. Kung wala naman akong hawak na Wilcon, anong gagawin ko? I'll wait. I'll wait for the stock to break out doon sa 24 peso mark. Okay? And then, from there, doon ako kukuha ng, tama ba 24? Yeah, 24 pesos. Para at least ma-check lang natin if kaya niyang mag-break talaga. No? And, kumbaga mabali niya yung momentum ng pagiging downtrend. Okay? So, ayun. I think that's all na lang muna, guys. Pasensya na kung hindi ko naubos lahat or hindi ko na-take yung iba yung mga stock, no? But don't worry, doon sa mga kaka-tune in pa lang, I'll place a timestamp dito sa stock review na ginawa natin, no? And then I'll post it by tomorrow. Para kung gusto nyo siyang reviewin, pwedeng-pwede. Okay? But don't also, siguro after neto, there's also a recording kung gusto nyo reviewin yung kabuuan nung masaya nating kwentuhan kanina. We have a lot of topics na discuss. Masyado akong dumaldal ng gusto, which nagustuhan ko rin naman. Pero yun, you can still review the recording. Okay? So that's it, guys. Maraming salamat for tuning in. Good night, and as usual, no, good luck sa inyong mga trading. Bye, guys.